ॐ वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः।
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि
ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि
भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा।
भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा।
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशम्
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशम्
पवित्रमिह विद्यते।
पवित्रमिह विद्यते।
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः
कायेनात्मनि विन्दति
कायेनात्मनि विन्दति
श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानम्
श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानम्
तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः
तत्परस्त्वयतेन्द्रियः
ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम्
ज्ञानं
लब्ध्वा
लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिम्
शान्तिम्
अचिरेणाधिगच्छति
चिरेणाधिगच्छति.
Another important shloka, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. Often quoted phrase, Shraddhavan labate jnanam. This should go with the other line, other vakya, Shruti vakya. Acharyavan purushaha veda. Yaha purushaha. Yasya purushasya narasya acharyaha asti. Saha purushaha veda. That person alone knows. Acharyavan purushaha veda. Acharyavan. Shruti vakya. Acharyavan purushaha veda. Janati. Kaha purushaha. Kidrishaha purushaha acharyavan. Acharyavat. Acharya. Acharyavan. Acharyavanto. Acharyavantaha. The one who has acharya. The one who has a teacher. Acharyavan. Purushaha veda. The one who has a teacher, he knows. He only can know. Acharyavan Purushaha eva veda. There is no other choice. Pramanam is there. Why can't he operate the Pramanam by himself and no? No. He cannot handle Pramanam by himself. Therefore, you required the assistance, the help of the teacher to unfold the Tatparyam of the Shastram, to unfold the teaching of the Shastram. So Shastram is required, there is no doubt. And that therefore Shastram, Shraddha in that Shastre Pramanya Buddhigi, that is Shraddha. Shastre Pramanya Buddhigi, that is Shraddha. Therefore Shraddhavan. Here also Shraddhavan, Shraddhavat. Yasya Shraddha asti, saha Shraddhavan. So Shastre Pramanya Buddhihi. Accepting Shastram as the Pramanam. Understanding Shastram as a Pramanam. One has to understand. That is what I can know through the available Pancha Pramana. That only I can know. More than that, I cannot know. That which is outside the scope of Pancha Pramana, Pancha Pratyaksha Adina Pramana, Pancha Paurishaya Pramana, outside that I cannot know. Shastram is outside this Pancha Paurishaya Pramana. It doesn't come inside because the Shastra Vishaya is not within the scope of any of this Pramana. Therefore, you need to have Shraddha in Shastram. Shastram as Pramanam, one has to accept, one has to know, one has to validate. That validation, that is called Shraddha. So once you have validation, once you have acceptance of the Shastram, then the Shastram has to be taught by the teacher. Therefore, you have to look upon the teacher also as a Pramanam, because the teacher is going to teach what the Shastram contains. So therefore, the teacher also becomes a Pramanam. Teacher is a means of unfolding the Pramanam, that is Shastram, but teacher himself becomes a Pramanam. The Sampradaya, we consider teacher, it's a Pramanam. Therefore, only in the definition of Shraddha, Guru Vakyeshu, Shastra Vakyeshu, Vishwasaha, Shraddha iti. In the words of the teacher and the words of the Shastra. Are they different? No. They are not different, they are same. Guru doesn't have, the teacher doesn't have anything to add. He cannot improve upon the teaching of the Shastra. It's a pramanam. What can you do? What improvement you can bring about in the pramanam, in the prameya vishya of which is unfolded by the pramanam? See, when the pramanam is operated, your free will is suspended. You don't have free will. You don't have free will when pramana operation, when pramana vyapara takes place. What free will you have when you open your eyes to see an object? You open your eyes, you see a flower, rose flower. The flower, rose in color, right in front of you. You see it, open your eyes. Do you have free will in knowing? Do you have free will in not knowing the flower? Or do you have free will in knowing the flower as different from what it is? No. Open your eyes, you see the rose. You see the flower, which is rose. Rose in color, rose flower you see. You don't have any choice to look upon the flower other than what it is. You don't have free will. In doing and kriya, the karma, you have free will. I want to go to Kashi. I can go by walk, I can go by flight, I can go by car, I can go by any other means, or somebody can lift me also and take. That is also possible. Their free will is there. Kartum shakyam, akartum shakyam, anyata va kartum shakyam. Where karma is there, that free will is there. Where pramana is there, there is no free will. The moment the eyes are opened, the knowledge of the object right in front, that takes place. It doesn't require your corroboration. You are just simply a witness. The knowledge takes place. Pramana, the pratyaksha, the chakshuhu, pratyaksha pramana, by that, the vision, the knowledge of the object, which is within your sight, perception, takes place without your free will. You cannot improve upon it. You cannot improve upon the prameya, the object of your perception. You cannot improve upon it. So, what free will you have in operating the pramana? When you operate your pramana, pratyakshadi pramana, you listen to the sound, some sound, the chirping of the birds. You listen, you hear as it is. You cannot improve upon it. It is as true as the object. So therefore, when pramana vyapara takes place, you don't have free will. Free will is completely free. It is suspended. Not completely free. Sorry. Free will is suspended. You don't have free will. Free will is suspended. Only when suspension of the free will is there, then only knowledge takes place because of the pramana vyapara. So therefore, Shastram being a pramanam, where is the free will? Where is the free will when pramana is operated? When pramana vyapara takes place, that is in the form of the teacher teaching what the pramanam unfolds. There you don't have any choice. You don't have choice in improving the prameya of the pramana, Shastra pramana. The prameya is Vastu, Brahma. So therefore, knowledge will take place. Has to take place helplessly. You don't have choice. Like you are helpless in seeing the flower when you open your eyes. Similarly, you are helpless in gaining the knowledge when operated by a competent teacher. It is as simple as that. The only thing is the teacher should also be a sampradaya with he should be a disciple, a student to his teacher. He should come under the sampradaya. He must know the know-how of unfolding the shastram because he's operating the pramana. And the teacher is as true as the shastram because teacher conveys, teacher unfolds what the shastram says. Therefore, teacher also looked upon as a pramana. No difference between the shastram and the teacher. Teacher is equated to the shastram. Therefore, acharyavan purushaha veda. The one who has a teacher, he knows. And shraddha in the teacher and shraddha in the shastram. That is called Shraddhavan, and that is Pramanya Buddhihi. Shraddha means Pramanya Buddhihi, accepting Shastram as a Pramana, the words of the teacher as a Pramana, that is Shraddha. And Shraddhavan Purushaha Labate Jnanam, that person gains Jnanam. If Shraddha not there, Jnanam cannot take place. Therefore, it is one of the important sadhanam. For Shravanam, Shraddha has to be there. That is why it is included in the Shamadhi Shakta Sampattihi. No doubt, no samshaya should be entertained with regard to the pramana. That will go, or that is taken care in the Shravanam itself. That is taken care in the Shravanam itself. And with regard to the Prameya Vishaya, there may be Shanka, etc. That all this done, all these are taken care by Mananam and further Nididhyasanam. Therefore, the beginning is the first step is Shraddha. You should be available completely to listen to the Shastram. For that, Shraddha is the first prerequisite. So, Shraddha is there, Jnanam is as good, it is there only. So, therefore, complete trust in the validity of the teacher, the words of the teacher and the teaching. That's called Pramanya Buddhihi. Itakaritva Buddhihi. That is Shraddha. Then Shraddhavan Labate. Shraddhavan referring to the Purusha, the person who has got Shraddha, he will gain Jnanam. Tatparaha is committed to moksha. Mukshutvam is indicator. The sadhana chatushtaya, Samadhi Shukasupati, Shraddha is there. Tatpara referring to Mumukshutvam, commitment to knowing. Knowing is freedom. Knowledge is freedom. In the case of Vedanta, knowledge is freedom. In the case of Veda Purva, Karmakanda, knowing is not gaining. Knowing, after that you have to do, then only gaining. Knowing followed by doing, then gaining. Whereas here in Vedanta, knowing is gaining because it is the pramana is operated to remove the ajnana. Therefore, knowing is gaining. And for knowing, one should have commitment. Tatparaha. Mumukshutvam is what is indicated. That person must have moksha as the top goal. The priority should be moksha. Other purusharthas must subserve moksha purushartha. So moksha at the top in the priority list. That is freedom. In fact, everybody wants freedom. There is no doubt with regard to that. By mistake, the person takes the arthakama to be gaining arthakama, one becomes free. I becomes free. By mistake, a person considers. That is also adhyasa only. That is also a type of adhyasa only. Purushartha adhyasa. See, through arthakama, what he finally wants to accomplish is he wants to be free from the craving for artha and kama. Again, there are also freedom only. Therefore, it is moksha. It is all the way moksha only. Freedom only. Therefore, mumukshutvam, commitment to the goal being moksha, freedom. Therefore, commitment, the sincerity with regard to that. That is tatparatat, tatparaha. That is another important qualification. Mumukshutvam. Moksha me bhuyat iti cha muksha. And that mumukshutvam. the status of wanting to be free. That should be like a fire all the time. Dagda Shiraha, we say. Dagda Shiraha is the one whose head is on fire. The one whose head is having fire. Fire is on the head. If fire is on the head, then what will the person do? He will jump into water immediately. Water may be the water, whether it is even if it is a muddy water or gutter, he will quench the fire immediately there. That is the commitment. So therefore, tatparaha, then sanyatendriya, another important qualification. Sanyatendriya, indriya sanyama. Indriya sanyama is damaha. So in the samadhi, shama, dama, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam, shraddha talked about, and dama is talked about. So it's all this sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha, the one who is endowed with this sampatti. For that person is talked about here. Sanyatendriyaha, sanyatani indriyani, yena saha, sanyatendriyaha, tatparaha, referring to the person only, and shraddhavan, person. So therefore, that person who is endowed with all these qualifications, jnanam lagva param shantim adhigacchati, sadhana chatushtaya sampannaha adhikari, guru samipam gatva jnanam lagva param shanti is moksha. That is swarupa shantim. Swarupa shantim achirena adhigacchati. In no time he gains, immediately, here and now. Adhigacchati apnoti ityartha. This shloka, important shloka, which we have seen. Then comes the next shloka, 40th shloka. We will read all these shlokas. The end portion, many shlokas, many important shlokas are there. So this Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam, often quoted, and previously we saw Tadvitti Pranipatena. Another important shloka. So many important shlokas are there in this section. Now, 40th shloka we will read. Ajñascha Shraddhatanascha
Ajñascha
Shayatma Vinashyati
Samshayatma
vinashyati
Ayam Lokosti na paraha
Lokosti na paraha
Asukam Samshayatmanaha.
Nasukam samshayatmanaha.
The topic is connected to the previous talk. Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam. Therefore, Shraddha is required. So you should not doubt the teacher or the pramanam. Therefore, doubt free. Then only knowledge is possible. It should be doubt free. So that is what is said here. Ajñaha. Ajñaha cha ashradhanaha cha. Ajñaha ashraddhanaha samshayatma vinashyati. Ajñaha vinashyati. Ajñaha is ajñani. Yasya jnanam nasti saha ajñaha. Atma jnanam nasti. The one who doesn't have atma jnanam. Ajñani. Ajñaha is ajñani. We saw akrishna, that is ajñaha. Ajñani. Avidwan. Ajñaha. Ajñaha is avidwan, who doesn't have knowledge. Ajñaha. Then ashraddhanaha. Ashraddhanaha. Yasya shraddha nasti saha. Ashraddhanaha. The one who has no shraddha in Shastram. Shastre pramanya buddhihi yasya nasti saha ashraddhanaha. The one who doesn't have shraddha in the Shastram. Shraddha vihinaha. Shastreshu guruvakyeshu. Shraddha vihinaha yasya shraddha nasti saha. He also, so ajñaha, that is ignorant person. Then shraddhanaha, who doesn't have shraddha in the Shastram. Shastreshu guruvakyeshu. Then samshayatma. Samshayatma is, what is Samshayatma? Here Atma is there. What is this Atma? Atma is not Sachidananda Atma. Here Atma is Antakaranam. Atma is Antakaranam. Samshayaha Atmani Yasya Saha Samshayatma. The one who has Samshaya, Samshaya is doubt. The one who has Samshaya. The one whose mind is Samshaya, whose mind is in doubt, that person is Samshayatma. Doubting Thomas. Vinashyati. Gets destroyed, perishes. So the one who is always doubtful, doubting Thomas, he will never grow. He will never grow and can never be happy. Because of his doubting tendency. Therefore, Vinashyati, Vinashaha. Vinashaha is not physical destruction. That is, he will not be able to gain the desired Purushartha, which is Moksha Purushartha, Parama Purushartha. Even with regard to the other Purushartha, Dharmartha Kama Purushartha also, that also, if you have Samshaya, then you won't be able to progress. Therefore, you won't be able to gain anything in life. So, with regard to anything, one must have doubt-free understanding, doubt-free knowledge. It should be, at least you should give some benefit of doubt. In the case of Shastram and the Guru, that can be given because they don't have any axe to grind. Only they are interested in you being free. Therefore, why should Samshaya be there? But Samshaya is there. Therefore, if Samshaya is there, then that person, because of Samshaya is there means Shraddha is not there. Shraddha is not there, therefore he will not be doing the sadhana. Sadhana in the form of Shamana Manana Virijasana. And not only that, even what is required before Karma Yoga, that also is sadhana only. That also he will not be doing. So therefore, he will not perform karma as a means for jnanam, and of course, jnana sadhanam he won't be able to do, because when karma, which is a means for jnana, that itself he doesn't do, then how can he do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, which is jnana sadhanam? That is ruled out. And also, with regard to whatever the Shastram says, Swargaloka Prapti, karma, etc., that also he will not do. He is an Avedika. Even though he is an Avedika, even though born in a Vedika family, if he doesn't have Shraddha, then he is Avedika only. By Jati, by birth, a person cannot become a Vedika. Who is a Vedika? The one who has Shraddha in the Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, that Shastra is a Vedika. So even born in a Vedika is, because of Samshaya, doubt, is Avedika only. Therefore, he will not be able to do the karma, the Vigita karma of the Shastram. Therefore, is deprived of Ihaloka Sukha as well as Paraloka Sukha. That is what the next line it says. Ayam Lokaha Nasti. Ayam Lokaha referring to this loka. For the doubting person, not only for the doubting, for all the three. Ajnaha, Ashtadhanaha, Samshayatma, for them. Ayam Lokaha Nasti. This loka is not there. This loka is not there means Arthakama is not there. Artha and Kama, the material achievements, worldly achievements, whatever it may be, that will not be there for this doubting person. So, Iha Loka Sukam api nasti, Paraloka Sukam api nasti, Samshayatmanaha. So, Samshayatmana, for the Samshaya, for the doubting person. For the doubting person, this Dharmartha Kama not there, which are gainable in this loka, that is not there. He will be deprived of that because of his doubting tendency, and as well as Paraloka also Dharmartha Kama, and if it is Moksha, it is Parama Purushartha, that is also is deprived of. Therefore, he is deprived of all the four Purushartha, Dharmartha Kama, Moksha Purushartha. Therefore, na Sukam Bhavati Tasya Iha Atava Paraloke Api. Paraloka Sukam also not there. Why Paraloka Sukam is not there? Because he will not, because he is Samshayatma, therefore he will not perform karma properly. If at all, if he does. If at all, if he does, he will not be doing karma. What the Vigita karma, Shastra Vigita karma, he will not do. Shastra Vigita karma he will not do, and also he will question Shastra Nishiddha karma, and he will do. Because Samshayatma, he doesn't believe Shastram, therefore, what the Shastram prohibits, that he may do also. Therefore, he will be deprived completely of all the Purushartha Phalam, Arthajanya Phalam, Kamajanya Phalam, everything he will be deprived of. Therefore, Ayam Lokaha Nasti. Because he is Samshayatma, therefore he will not accept the life after death. Shastra is a pramanam for Swargaloka, Sargadi Loka. The Jiva survives and goes to Swargaloka. How do we know? Shastram says. Because Shastram is a pramana, therefore we accept. It is not against logic. Shastram is neither logical nor illogical. It is above logic, illogical. If the Shastram says Swargaloka is permanent, then there is a problem. If Shastram says Narakaloka is permanent, then it is a problem. Being a loka, lokyate anubhuyate iti lokaha. Loka is a place where you have experience, where you experience. It's a place of experience. As this world is a place of experience, similarly, Swargaloka is another place of experience. There you may have a different body, different mind, different senses, maybe sukshma than this, but it is a loka. Lokatvat. Lokatvat, lokatvat, because it is a loka, therefore it is subject to vinasha. Lokatvat vinashaha, vinasha swarupaha. Because it is a loka, therefore it's subject to change, it's subject to loss. Therefore only kshine punya matya lokam vishanti. When the punyas are exhausted, the person falls down from the Swargaloka miserably down to Bhuloka, again Manushya Janma, or whatever may be the Janma. So, therefore, Shastram is the only pramanam even for Swargaloka. So, Swargaloka praptyartam karma api na karoti. Therefore, Paraloka Sukham also is denied for this person. So, therefore, Ayam lokaha nasti, this loka is not there. Na paraha api, para lokaha api nasti. And therefore, Sukham is not there. Sukham in the form of Shanti, Sukham itself is happiness, that is not there for the person. Sukham which are gainable to Dharmartha Kama, prayers, that also not there. Sukham which is Parama Purushartha, that is Parama Purushartha Rupa Sukham, that is Moksha, that also not there for this. Samshayatmanaha Shashti Bhakti. So therefore for him it is not there. So one should have Shraddha. That is the highlight of the shloka. So Ajnaha Ashraddhanaha Samshayatma Vinashyati. Samshayatma Vinashyati iti. So the importance of Shraddha is highlighted in this shloka. So Shastram is not only the pramanam in the context of Vedanta, Atma Vishaya, it is also the pramanam for Punya, Papa, Punarjanma, other loka. For all the Shastram is a pramanam. Not verifiable by other means of knowledge, therefore one has to have Shraddha. Shraddha not there, when Samshaya is not there, then there will be no progress for this person. That is the idea. He will be deprived of all the goals, human goals, possible human goals. That's why Samshayatma Vinashyati. Vinashyati can be spiritual destruction, it can be material destruction also. Material destruction, not gaining is destruction only, not gaining anything in life because of his doting tendency. That is also Vinashaka eva. Therefore Vinashyati. Then the next shloka. So when the person is free from, if he is free from doubts, when the person is in doubt, he will be bound. A person in doubt is bound in samsara. A person who has doubt, he will bound to be a samsari. When the person is free from doubts, then he can be free from the hold of samsara. And that is what is said in the next shloka. I will read 41. Yoga sanyasta karmanam
Yoga sanyasta karmanam
jnana sanchinna samshayam
Jnana
jnana
sanchinna
samshayam
samshayam
atmavantam na karmani
Atmavantam
atmavantam
na
na
karmani
karmani
nibhadranti dhananjaya.
Nibadranti dhananjaya
dhananjaya
Nibhadranti, badnati, badnitaha, badnanti, nibhadranti, nischayena badnanti. For sure it binds. Bandha, from this badhatu only. Badnanti, binds. Limpanti, badnanti. Na nibadranti, na should be connected to the kriya padam. Na nibadranti, karma will not bind the person. Because in this shloka, we are talking about the person who is not samshayatma. Opposite to that, that is the person who is Shraddhavan. Then karmani na nibadranti. Na nibadranti. What karmani? Karmani na nibadranti. Karmani is the subject. Therefore, karmani. Bhagavachanam karmani na nibadranti. Karmani na nibadranti. Karma will not bind. That is the meaning. Karmani na nibadranti. Whom it will not bind? All the other words are the karma. Karma for the nibadranti. Don't take the karma, grammatical karma. Okay. Karmani is activities, actions. Actions do not bind. That is the meaning of na karmani nibadranti. Do not bind whom? The karma, the object has to be mentioned. That is the other words are the karma. Yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sinchanna samshayam atmavantam tam karmani na nibadranti he dhananjaya. So yoga sanyastya karmanam is dvitya vibhakti ekavachanam. Yoga sanyasta karmanam karman yoga karmanam. How it is karmanam? There is no but karmanam. Karma karmani karmani karma karmani karmani karmana karmabhyam karmabhihi. Where is karmanam? Karmanam is not there. What is there is in dvitya vibhakti. If it is karman napumsakalinga shabda, karma karmani karmani karma karmani karmani only. Karmanam not there. Whereas Atman Shabda, it is there. Atma, Atmano, Atmanaha. Atmanam is there. So therefore, it is like Atman Shabda. Karman is like Atman Shabda. How is it possible? Karman is Napumsakalinga. Atman is Pullinga. It is possible if Karman also is Pullinga. Karman Shabda being a Napumsakalinga, if it is declined like Atman Shabda Pullinga, then it is possible. How is it possible? That is possible only in Bhuguvrigi Samasa. Therefore, Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam is Bhuguvrigi Samasa. Karma Karmano Karmanaha. Yata Atma Atmano Atmanaha Tadvat. Karmanam Atmanam, that is Dvitya Vibhakti. Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam. Okay, all these are grammar. Fine. Not much of this grammar, just only for those people who can understand. Just understand the meaning, that is enough. Yoga sanyasta karmanam. Yoga sanyasta karman is a pratipadikam. Vidya vibhakti yoga sanyasta karmanam, referring to the person. A person by whom all the actions are given up. Sanyasta. Sanyasa. What is sanyasa? San Sannyasa, sam plus ni plus as dhatu becomes sannyasa. Sannyasa means to throw, to give up, tyaj, to give up. That's called sannyasa. Sanyasta are renounced, referring to renounce. They are renounced. What renounced? Actions. Karmanam sanyasta karmanam. Karmas which are renounced, which are given up. How it is given up? Yoga by yogena. Yogena. Yoga, the word is with the meaning yogena. Yogena sanyastani. Yoga sanyastani. Yogena sanyastani. Why sanyastani? Because karmani is that's why. Yogena sanyastam. Yoga sanyastam. By yoga given up. What it is given up? Yoga sanyastani karmani. Since it is referring to the person, therefore Bhagavad Samasa. Yoga sanyastani karmani. Yasya saha yoga sanyasta karman. Therefore, Dvitiya Vibhakti karmanam. This is how we have to analyze the word. Yogena sanyastam yoga sanyastam. Yoga sanyastani karmani. Yena saha yoga sanyasta karman or karma. Yoga sanyasta karma. Yoga sanyasta karma is the word referring to the person. That is the one who has given up the action through yoga. What yoga? What is yogasana, Atha Yoga, Raja Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga? What yoga? It is Jnana Yoga. It is knowledge. By Jnanam, Yogena Sanyasta. Yogena Sanyasta. By Jnanam only the action is given up. The chapter is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga.
Okay.
Because of this only the chapter is got the name Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Not Kevala Sannyasa. It is Jnana Karma Sannyasa. So yoga referring to the here Jnana Yoga by knowledge. Because knowledge only will not bind the person. See, the person given up karma means given up the kartrutva buddhi. That is what real sannyasa is. Sannyasa means, sannyasa doesn't mean, please listen, the sannyasa is not physical giving up of the action. Physically giving up of action, even it is done by the person who is in coma. He cannot do anything. He cannot move his body. He is a sannyasi. He is a jnani. No. So that is not physical giving up sannyasa. Sannyasa is the kartrutva buddhi tyaga is what is sannyasa is. Kartrutva buddhi tyaga. Giving up the kartrutva buddhi. Kartrutva buddhi, how it will go? Only by jnana. Therefore, yoga has to be jnana yoga only. So kartrutvam is what makes a person a samsari. And if the person wants to be free, the kartrutva buddhi has to go, and kartrutva buddhi will go only by jnanam. Jnanam is aham akarta abhokta, aham Satchit Ananda Brahma, Jagat Karanam Brahma, Atma, Agam Shuddha Chaitanyam, Agam Akarta Abhokta. That is Jnanam. And that Jnanam is gained only through Shastram, for which we require Shraddha in the teacher and in the Shastram. All these things are connected. Therefore, Shavana Manana Nididhyasanena, that is a yoga, Jnana Yoga, Tena Sanyasta Karmanam, Jnana Yogena. So by Jnana Yoga, he has given up the karma. The renunciation, that tyaga is not physical sannyasa, physical tyaga, it is antara sannyasa. Even if it is sannyasi, he has to do certain karma without which he cannot survive, even for purpose, even for the jivana purpose, even for sustenance of the body. In the beginning, the same and the previous chapter, Bhagavan Krishna said, Sharira Matra, Sharira Siddhi Matra, Matratam, Karma Karaniyam iti. Even for the sustenance of the body, karma to be done. Therefore, jnanis also have to do karma. But kartrutva buddhi not there. Therefore, they are free from the karma phala also. Karma phala. Karma phala cannot bind the jnani. So, therefore, yoga sanyasta karmanam is jnana yogena, that jnana yogena, that kartrutva buddhi nashanena, the kartrutva buddhi goes away in the wake of jnanam. Tena, and the means of jnanam is shravana manana nidhyasanam. That is jnana yoga. The jnana yogena sarva karmani sanyastani tena. That person is yoga sanyasta karma. So tam yoga sanyasta karmanam karmani na nibadranti. Why I say the person would be doing karma, but it will not bind him, because karmani is talked about. Karmani na nibadranti. If the person doesn't do karma, then why karmani should be there in the shloka? The person does karma, a jnani does karma, a sannyasi who has given up everything, karma tyaga who has done, he does karma, but still karmani na nibadranti. Why? Because kartrutva buddhi not there. Even though he may be doing karma, but karma will not bind the person. Kartrutva buddhi not there, therefore karma palam also not there. I am the doer, the doership not there. Therefore, I am the enjoyer, that also is not there. So what will happen to those karma? We saw Sanchita karma will get destroyed. Agami karma is here itself, it is distributed, whatever may be. That is also destroyed. Only prarabdha alone goes. Only prarabdha alone continues as long as the jnani, as prarabdha it continues to remain in the sharira. Therefore, yoga sanyasta karmanam, referring the karma, that is tam jnaninam karmanina nibadranti agam akarta asanga atma. By this knowledge, one who has given up the karma, tam, that is karma bandha tyaga, the notion of aham karta, which is born of ajnanam, that is given up in the wake of jnanam. Therefore, jnana karma sannyasi is talked about. Jnanena karma sannyasaha, karmanam sannyasa, jnana karma sannyasaha. Therefore, the person has the knowledge. What knowledge? We saw before. Gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. In the third chapter, in the Bhashyam class, we saw Gunaha guneshu vartante. Indriyani indriyarteshu vartante iti matva na sajjate, is not bound. Is not bound. Therefore, is free. Therefore, karma cannot bind that person. Then the next word, that is also an adjective to this person, the jnani. All these are adjective to jnani, atmavantam. Jnana sanchinna samshayam. Samshayam, very important. Samshayam connected. Samshayam means doubt. Doubt is sanchinna. Chinna. Chin means cut. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Chin, that chid dhatu. Chinnaha, samyak chinnaha, well destroyed, well cut. What? Samshayaha. How? Jnanena. Jnanena sanchinnaha samshayaha yasya saha. That person is jnana sanchinna samshayaha. Akaranta shabda. Jnana sanchinna samshayaha, like Rama shabda. So jnana sanchinna samshayam, referring to the person, dvitiya vibhakti ekavachanam. So jnanena sanchinnaha, jnana sanchinnaha samshayaha yasya saha, jnana sanchinna samshayaha. So that person who has removed all the doubts. How? Through jnanam. What jnanam? Brahma jnanam, atma jnanam. Through knowledge. Through knowledge, he has cut all the doubts. In the beginning, he has shraddha. Later, it is confirmed. In the beginning of the study of the Shastra, there is pending understanding with regard to the Shastra, with regard to the words of the teacher. Then after Jnanam, it is confirmed. The pending understanding becomes Drida understanding. Anyway, after that, Shastram is not, once Jnanam is gained, then what is the use of the Shastram? But Shastram was the means all the way, still Jnanam is gained. Therefore, all the way means up to Niridhyasam, till Jnana Nishta. Once Nishta is there in Jnanam, then what is the use of the Shastram? Shastram also then, it is not required for the Jnani, only for the Jnani, only for the Nishta. Only for the Jnana Nishtaha. So, therefore, Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam. Jnanena, through Jnanam, the doubts regarding to Atma, that is removed. Aham Shuddha Brahma iti Taro Jnanam, doubt-free Jnanam, the person has gained. The person who has gained this Jnanam is talked about. Tam, that person, Karmani na nibadranti. Karma will not bind. So Jnaninam, Jnani who is free from doubts, doubt with regarding to Pramana, with regarding to the Prameya Vishaya, that is Atma Vishaya, no doubts. So therefore, the person has done homework. Shravanam he has done, Mananam he has done. Mananam to be done, to be free from doubts only. Mananam is done after Shravanam. What is Mananam? Thinking on what has been heard. What has been heard in the class, one has to reflect on that repeatedly. Because in the Vyavahara, when we enter into Vyavahara, doubts may come. So again and again, one has to reinforce, one has to recollect what has been heard. Alert life. Mananam and Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is alert, being alert to what has been heard all the time. And Mananam is removing the vagueness, the doubts, the possible doubts with regard to the Pramanam, with regard to the Prameya Vishaya, that is Atma Vishaya, Atma. So therefore, Sanchinna Samshayam Tam. Then Atmavantam. Atmavantam is Atma Asti. Here, another one important thing before going. Chinna Jnana Sanchina Samshayam. Samshayam, why Samshayam is? In the Kathopanishad, Nachiketa, if you remember, the Nachiketa asked the first, asked the question, as the bone, he asked a question as in the form of a bone, the third bone. What is the third bone? Yayam prete vichikitsa. Yayam prete. Yayam prete vichikitsa. Vichikitsa is doubt. What is vichikitsa? Chikitsa is treatment. Vichikitsa is doubt. That is what samshayam is. Vichikitsa. Vichikitsa is samshaya. Here in the language of Gita, it is samshaya. In the language of Kathopanishad, it is samshaya. So, as a third bone, what Achiketa asks is people have doubt. What is the doubt? Yayam prete vichikitsa. Manushye astitye nayam astiti chaike. With regard to the people who have departed, who have gone, there is a doubt. Vichikitsa asti. Eke vadati ayam atma asti. Eke vadati nasti iti. Etad vidyam anushishtaspayaham varanam esha varstritiyaha. But the doubt is there. In fact, Nachiketa had a doubt. To clear the doubt only asked for Brahma Vidya from Yamadharma Raja. That is the doubt. Chinna, Sanchinna. Sanchinna, Samshayam. Samshayam, that is a Samshaya. The Samshaya is snapped in the wake of Jnanam. Sanchinna, Samshayam iti. Then Atmavantam. Atma asti. Atmavat Shabda. Atmavan, like Dhanavan, Dhanavat. Atmavan, Atmavanto, Atmavantaha. It is Takaranta Shabda. Matu Pratyaya. Atma Asya Asmin Va Asti. Atma Asya Asti. Saha Atmavan. Tam Atmavantam. So the meaning is here Atma is what? The one. We have to take the meaning. Atma is not Sachidananda Atma. Atmavantam is the one who has the Atma, that is Antakaranam. We have to take the mind as Antakaranam. Here Matu Pratyaya. Matu Pratyaya, little grammar I have to tell. Matu Pratyaya is, in what sense it is used? Asya Asti. Asmin Itiva. The one who has, or that is in which it is, in that meaning, Asya Asti, Asmin Astiva, Matu Pratyaya it is used, Tadita Pratyaya. Here Tadita Pratyaya is used in Prashamsarte Matu, in the meaning of praising. So the Atmavan is the one whose Antakaranam, who has the mind ready for, who has the mind ready, who has the mind which is alert with reference to this jnana. So it means it's jnana. He has already got jnana. He's a jnani. Therefore, he is alert to that jnana. It means the person has done nididhyasa and is jnana nishtaha ityartha. Jnana nishtam atmavantam is Jnana nishtam ityartaha. You cannot take Atma is the one who has Atma. Atma is not an object a person can have. It is not like Ganam, it is not like any other object one can possess. Atma is you. The word Atma itself is, if you take Atma to be Satchidananda Atma, then Atma is a problem. So Atma is Antakaranam. You have to take the Atma meaning mind. Depending on the context, only in the Shastra we take the meaning of the word Atma. So here Atmavantam, Atmavat is the Pratipadikam. Atmavat means the one who has Atma. One who has Atma means how Atma, one who has Atma, Atma is an object which a person can possess. No. Therefore, Atma is not here. Sachidananda Atma, Atma is mind. It is Antakaranam, the one who has the mind. Here also then the doubt comes. Who has mind? What does it mean? The one who has a mind which is together. Which is together. It means it is alert. It is alert. It doesn't lose sight of the vision. He is alert. The person who has the Antakaranam, the mind, which is alert to the teaching of the Shastram, Vedanta Shastram. It means the person has done Nididhyasanam. So, Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam, Jnana Sanchina Samshayam, Atmavantam. Now we can see Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam, referring to the person who has done Shravanam. Jnana Sanchina Samshayam, referring to the person who has done Mananam. Atmavantam, referring to the person who has done Nididhyasanam. So Shravanam, through Shrota, the Shrota is indicated by the word Yoga Sanyasta Karma. Shrotaram, that is Yoga Sanyasta Karmanam. Then Mananam, that is Manta. Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam. Mantaram. Manta is Jnana Sanchinna Samshayaha. That is Manta, Mananam. The one who has done Mananam or who is doing Mananam, who does Mananam is called Manta. Mantra. Shrotra is listener. Mantra is Mananakarta. Then Shravanam, Mananam, then Nididhyasanam. And that is what the word Atmavantam. How we take the word Atmavantam to be Nididhyasanam? Because of this Yoga Sanyasta Karma referring to Shrota, and therefore the action is Shravanam. Jnana Samchina Samshaya referring to the Manta, therefore the action being Mananam. Therefore Atmavantam, Atmavan, that you have to take it to be Nididhyasana Kartaram. Nididhyasana Karta, one who has done Nididhyasanam, who is alert. The alert person is what is indicated by Atmavantam. Therefore, the person, Jnana Yogi, he has listened to Shastram and he has done enough homework Mananam, and now he has done Nididhyasanam also. Nishta, Jnana Nishta, as said in the second chapter, Siddhaprajna. Therefore, Tam, He Dhananjaya, Karmani na Nibadranti. The person, karmas will not bind. Karma will not bind the person. So therefore, Shravanena Jnanam, Jnanena, the Shravana Jnanena, all the Samshaya will, that is, all Samshaya, whatever it is there, that is goes way by Mananam, the step in the second Anga, Dvitiya Anga, 3 Anga. The sadhana in the form of 3, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, 3 Angas, 3 limbs are there. And the first limb is Shravanam, and that Yoga Sanyasta Karma referring to the Karmanam, the action done by the person referring to the Shravanam, and Mananam by Jnana Sanchinna Samshayam, the karma done by the person, that is Mananam. Mananam is also an action. Shravanam is an action. Mananam is an action. That is sadhanam. Jnana Yoga sadhanam. Then Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasana karta is Atmavat. Atmavan. So Tam, by this, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanena, Yasya Jnanam, Eha Jnanam, praptavan tasya karmani na nibadranti. The one who has gained through one who has gained jnanam through shravana manana nididhyasanam. There is no other means. Only by shravanam mananam nididhyasanam only jnanam is possible. Therefore, tam karmani na nibadranti. That person, karma will not bind. He Dhananjaya. Then the last shloka of this chapter, that also I think I will do it, and then next class we can do this summary. The last shloka also quickly I will do. Let us stand. Tasmad ajnana sambhutam
तस्मादज्ञानसम्भूतं
prastam jnanasinatmanah
हृत्स्थं
ज्ञानात्मनः
चित्वैनं संशयं योगम्
चित्वैनं संशयं योगम्
आतिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ भारत.
आत्मोत्तिष्ठ भारत.
Simple shloka. Tasmat. Tasmat is a big tasmat. After discussing so many things, finally the last shloka says, therefore, tasmat. Therefore, what? Therefore, tasmat ajnana sambhutam hastam jnanasina atmanaha. Atmanaha. You have to connect atmanaha is, again here it is reflexive pronoun. Or atmanaha. Atmanaha samshayam. Atmanaha we can take it as reflexive pronoun. Yes, atmanaha samshayam. Or you can take atmanaha to be the taking the word atmanaha. Yeah, it is can be taken as reflexive pronoun, that is better. Atmanaha samshayam, the doubt of oneself. That is the doubt. Self-doubt. Self means not atma, the doubt what one has. Atmanaha samshayam, the doubt what the person has, that is one's doubt. Jnanasina, jnanam eva asi. Asi is sword. In this chapter, jnanam is phrased as na pavitra vidyate. It is pavaka. It is jnanagni as agni. Now here it is phrased as asi. It's the sword, not for killing people. It is for cutting. Cutting what? Jnana. Jnanasina. Jnanasina. Ajnana sambhutam hristam chitva. Chitva is having cut asunder, having destroyed the doubt. The doubt is ajnana sambhutam, born of ajnana. Born of ajnana. Born of ajnana, born adhyasa, therefore adhyasa born ajnana. Adhyasa because of aviveka. So ajnanam is therefore adhyasa is therefore aviveka, therefore samsara, that is destroyed. Ajnana sambhutam. Ajnana is the cause of everything. Therefore that which is born of ajnanam, all the karya of the ajnanam. Karanam is ajnanam, and its karya also it is there. Everything is destroyed. By what? Jnana sina. Jnanam eva asi. Jnanam is just sword. By the sword of knowledge, cutting asunder, chitva, having cut. What? Enam samshayam, this doubt. Doubt regarding atmanaha. Doubt regarding self. That is doubt what the person has. Or we can take atmanaha also as atma. That is also possible. Atmanaha samshayam, doubt with regarding atma is cut asunder, is cut. Having cut the doubts with regard to the atma, or having cut the doubts what the person has, swayam, atmanaha swayam, reflexive pronoun also we can take. So atmanaha samshayam chitva, and that doubt, where is the doubt? Hristam, the doubt which is there in the mind. Hrit is antakaranam. Hrit means hridaya, heart. Heart is the antakaranam here. It is the mind, antakaranam. In the mind, the doubts are there. The doubts with regard to atma, these are cut by jnanam, jnana asi, by the sword of knowledge. And the doubts which are caused are born of what? Ajnanam. Therefore, cutting asunder the doubts which are born of ajnanam by the sword of knowledge, yogam atishta, atishto Yogam atishta uttishta bharata. Yogam atishta. Yoga means what? Yoga, here it is. Here it is advice to Arjuna. Therefore, yogam is karma yogam atishta. Karma yogam. May you engage in karma yoga. By engage in karma yoga, you become an adhikari. Discover the adhikaritvam in you, and you can slowly shift to jnana yoga. But here karma yoga is talked about. Yoga is karma yoga. Because karma yoga is a means for jnana yogyata prapti. Therefore, karma yoga, yogam, having the goal in mind. The goal is moksha. For that, the means is karma yoga. Not directly, indirect means. Therefore, karma yoga is a means for jnana yoga, jnana yogena, moksha. That always you have to remember. Therefore, yogam atishta. Yogam atishta means you engage in karma yoga, you remain in karma yoga, atishta. Atishta. Karma yoge atishta. Karma yogam atishta. So, perform karma yoga. For what purpose? Chitta shuddhyartham. So, having this in the mind, having the goal in the mind, very clear, doubt-free goal and doubt-free knowledge. Therefore, yogam atishta, karma yogam kuruta. Perform karma yoga. Karma yoga means what is to be done by you in whichever stage of life you are in. Those karmas have to be done. It can be Lautika karma or it can be Vedika karma. That is to be done. Shastra Vigita karma as well as the other Vigita karma, not by the Shastram, but whatever to be performed in keeping with your stage of life, that has to be done for one's growth only, not for the sake of others. It is for one's own growth, it has to be done without murmuring. That is called Karma Yoga. If you do with murmur, it is murmur yoga, it's not karma yoga. Therefore, yogam atishta. One should never run away from one's responsibility, one's duty. So, Arjuna should, being in the battlefield, having a big responsibility, should not run away from the battle. Therefore, karma yogam atishta. Hey, Arjuna, uttishta. Hey, Bharata, uttishta. Iti antima shloka, antima shlokaha asya adhyayasya. अध्याय समाप्तिः भवति ओम तत्सत्
Om Tat Sat.
इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
इति
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
ब्रह्मविद्यायां
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 योगशास्त्रे
योगशास्त्रे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे
ज्ञानकर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम
ज्ञानकर्मसन्न्यासयोगो नाम
चतुर्थोऽध्यायः
चतुर्थोऽध्यायः
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।